Can you imagine finishing a long day of school? Your brain is tired from math and history, and just when you think you can go home to watch TV or play video games, the teacher hands you a broom? Not as punishment, not because you did something wrong, but because it's your turn to clean the school. This isn't a scene from a movie about a very strict boarding school. It's a daily reality for students in Japan. They don't just learn about the Pythagorean theorem or the chemical formula for water. They learn to sweep floors, they learn to clean toilets and serve lunch to their classmates. It's part of their education, a subject as important as any other, that teaches them responsibility and respect for their surroundings from a very young age. This might sound completely strange to many of us. We're used to having janitors and cleaning staff who take care of school maintenance. The idea of students being responsible for keeping the entire building spotless seems out of this world. But in Japan, this practice, known as osoji, is deeply rooted in their culture. It's a team effort where everyone, from the youngest first graders to the cool teenagers, participates. This unique and surprising fact opens a fascinating window into how differently education is seen around the world. It makes you wonder what other incredible, strange, and eye-opening educational methods exist. What other unconventional lessons are being taught in classrooms across 5 continents? It's about realizing that the path to knowledge can be as diverse and colorful as the world itself, full of surprises around every corner. Our first stop takes us to South Korea, a country that seems to be living in the year 2050. Here, technology isn't just a tool used in the classroom, it is the classroom. South Korean students are some of the most digitally connected in the world, and their education system shows this in ways that might seem like science fiction. Imagine schools where textbooks are replaced by tablets, homework is turned in online through complex platforms, and some classes are even taught by robot helpers. This isn't an experiment, it's the normal way things are done. For many students, this is just a quick break before heading to their next school, the Hagwon. These are private academies that go late into the night, sometimes until 10 or 11 o'clock. The demand for star teachers at these Hagwons is so high that they've become national celebrities. They earn millions of dollars, appear in TV commercials, and have a huge online following. Students watch their online lectures with the same focus as fans at a concert. The hustle is real, and it's 24/7. It produces high-achieving students in math and science, but it also brings up questions about student well-being. Not getting enough sleep, immense stress, and limited time for creative activities or just playing are big worries. It's a fascinating look at the extremes of education. Amazing technology versus the human cost. It's a world of digital brilliance and tiring dedication, a true frontier of modern education. From the digital hustle of Seoul, we travel to a place where the challenges and solutions are very different. The community of Makoko in Lagos, Nigeria. This is not a typical neighborhood. Makoko, built on stilts over the Lagos Lagoon. Here, the channels service streets. Canoes are the main way to get around. For generations, getting basic services was a struggle. Sanitation, clean water, education. How do you build a school that floats and can handle floods? The answer was the Makoko Floating School, designed to rise and fall with the water. A triangular A-frame structure, built with local materials, bamboo, wood, floating on over 250 recycled plastic barrels. It wasn't just a building, it was a symbol of hope and strength. Ground floor, an outdoor play area for kids. Middle level, main classrooms. Top floor, a small workshop. In 2016, the original building fell apart during a big storm. It started a worldwide talk about building things that last and can handle bad weather. The Makoko floating system has been changed and plans to be used in other towns by the sea. A reminder, amazing solutions don't come from money or fancy gadgets, but from what people need, their clever ideas, and a strong community spirit. Now let's fly north to the cold, forested lands of Finland, a country that's always at the top with one of the best education systems in the world. But what makes it so good is, ironically, what it doesn't do. If you think school should start as early as possible with lots of homework and standardized tests, Finland will change your mind. Here, the main idea is to let kids be kids. Formal education doesn't start until age 7. Before that, it's all about learning through play and daycare, in kindergarten, where children develop social skills, emotional maturity, and a love for discovery. Once they start school, the experience is very relaxed compared to many other countries. School days are shorter and often end early in the afternoon, leaving time for after-school activities, family time, and free play. Very little homework is assigned, especially in the early grades. Teachers believe that learning should happen at school. Home is for rest and recovery. Also, there are no mandatory standardized tests until the end of high school. It's a powerful lesson. More hours and more pressure don't always lead to better results. Sometimes the best way to encourage excellence is to create space for joy, play, and trust.
Subscribe to our channel for more new ideas in education. Hit the like button on this video and share your thoughts in the comments.
To the vast, sunny heart of Australia, known as the Outback. This is a land of huge distances, where families can live on big cattle ranches that are hundreds or even thousands of miles from the nearest town. For kids growing up in these far-off places, going to a regular school is just not possible. So how do you teach a child who lives a day's drive from their closest neighbor? For almost a century, Australia has had a wonderfully unique answer: the School of the Air. It's one of the biggest and most remote classrooms in the world. Originally, lessons were done over shortwave radio. Imagine a young student in the 1950s sitting at their kitchen table, listening to their teacher's voice crackle through a two-way radio. They'd listen to the lesson, and when it was their turn, they'd press a button and say, "Over." Today, the School of the Air has changed with technology, but its main goal is still the same. The crackly two-way radios have been replaced by satellite internet, webcams, and online learning platforms. Students now log into a virtual classroom where they can see their teacher and classmates on a screen. They can raise a digital hand to ask a question, work in virtual breakout rooms, and work together on projects in real time. To help with this, the school holds get-togethers a few times a year, where students and their families travel, sometimes for days, to meet their teachers and classmates in person. This system is a great example of how education can change to get past huge distances, using technology to build a lively and supportive school community in one of the most spread-out places on Earth. For our last stop, we land in the Americas, specifically looking at a way of thinking that has grown in many places, from the United States to Brazil, the Waldorf education system. In a world that's rushing towards being all digital, Waldorf schools are doing something different. They're going the other way. They purposely use very little technology, especially in the younger grades. You won't find computers, tablets, or smartboards in an early Waldorf classroom. Instead, you'll find natural things: wooden toys, beeswax for molding, silk cloths, and books with beautiful hand-drawn pictures. The focus is on real-world, hands-on experiences. The idea, started by Rudolf Steiner, is that learning should teach the whole child: the head, the heart, and the hands. Here's a fun fact: they learn fractions by baking, measuring, and splitting ingredients, making a hard idea real and tasty. The Waldorf way is a strong opposite idea, suggesting that in a world that's more and more digital, the most important skills might be learned away from a screen, through hands-on work and make-believe play. As we come back from these amazing corners of the education world, our own backpack of ideas feels much heavier, and surely more colorful. We've seen Japanese students finding dignity in scrubbing floors, Nigerian kids paddling canoes to a floating classroom, Finnish kids doing well with more playtime and less homework, young Australians beating distance through radio waves, American students learning fractions by baking bread. Each of these unfamiliar systems holds a mirror up to our ideas about school. They make us ask bigger and better questions. What is the real reason for education? Is it just about filling heads with facts and getting ready for tests? Or is it something more? The Japanese way suggests building character and group responsibility. The Makoko school shows community strength and adapting to survive. The Finns, growing well-being and natural curiosity. Each approach, born from its own place, offers a different piece of the puzzle. There isn't one best way to teach a child. Maybe the most important thing connecting all of this is being purposeful. None of these schools are like this by accident. They are careful choices about what kids need. South Korea puts technology first and strong academics. The Waldorf way puts creativity and connecting with nature first. This purposefulness is a powerful lesson, to be careful in our choices about education. But we can start by asking, why do we do it this way? Could there be another way? These questions are the seeds of new ideas, the starting point for building schools that are more interesting, more human, and better for the children they serve. In the end, this trip shows that a classroom doesn't have to have four walls. A classroom can be a radio wave, a kitchen table, a forest, a computer screen, a community cleaning together. The most important parts are not the building or the technology. but the student's curiosity, the teacher's dedication, and a community's belief that learning matters. So next time you think about school, maybe don't just picture a building. Maybe picture a world of amazing, strange, and wonderful possibilities. A world where the lesson plan is as endless as human imagination itself.
Subscribe to our channel for more new ideas in education. Hit the like button on this video and share your thoughts in the comments. Which skill connects most with your teaching? Which one seems hardest to develop? Your ideas and questions help build our learning community and inspire what we'll cover next. Together, we can change education, one teacher, one classroom, one student at a time. The future of learning is in our hands.